A direct function is an alternative way to define a function and operator. In a programming language, a direct operator can also be called a drop. They were invented by John Scholes in 1966. They were a unique combination of higher-order function and functional programming, and are a major discussing advance of early 21st century's APL over Pioneer version. The indirect function is Excel can be used when you have a reference of a cell of a range as a text string and you want to get the values from those references. Definition of representational art is an art that represents something recognizable from the real world, while non-representational art is an art that does not represent anything from the real world. Representational art is art that represents something such as a woman figure, animal or object around us. In this type of art, we can clearly identify something that already exists around us. For example, a figure in a portrait, a tree in a landscape, or a chair in a still life. However, representational art does not have to be true to life. In other words, they do not have to be realistic. Therefore, trees in representational arts do not have to be green or upright. What's important is that they would be clearly represented as tree and the audience must be able to recognize them. Non-representational arts is the opposite of representational arts. As the name of suggests, is an art that does not represent place, being, or event. In other words, is an art that does not represent anything from the real world, but they can express emotion and feelings. Personal function of art. The personal function of art varied and highways objective. Function depends on the artists who create the art. An artist may create an art of self-expression, entertainment, or periodic purpose. Social function of art. Art is considered to have a social function if and when it addresses a particular collective interest as opposed to a personal interest. Art may convey message of protest, contestation, or whatever message the artist instead his work to carry. Social function of art. Political art is a very common example of an art with a social function. Art can also predict social conditions such as photography, performance art like play or satire can also emotion and rally people toward a particular end. Physical function of art. The physical function of art can be found in artworks that are crafted in order to serve someone's physical purpose. Architecture, jewelry making, interior design all serve physical function. In Plato's The Republic paints a picture of artist is imitator and as a mere imitation. In his description of the Del Republic, Plato advises agents the conclusion of art as a subject in curriculum and banning of artists in Republic. Plato was deeply suspicious of arts and artists for two reasons. 1. They appeal to the emotion rather to the rational faculty of men. 2. They animate rather than lead one to reality. Aristotle agree with the Plato that art is a form imitation. However, Aristotle considered art as an aid to the philosophy is revealing the truth. The kind of imitation that art does is not article to reaching fundamental truth in the world. Who taught that arts is imitation of another imitation. Aristotle conceived of arts as representing possible version of reality. For Aristotle, all kind of arts do not aim to represent reality as it endeavors to provide a version of what may be to possibilities or of reality. Immanuel Kant, in his Critique of Judgment, considered the judgment of beauty, the cornerstone of art, as something that can be universal despite of subjectivity. Kant recognized that judgment of beauty in subject. However, even subject judgment are based on some universal of the said judgment. How and in what sense can a judge of beauty, which ordinarily is considered to be a subject feelings, be considered object or universal? How are these two statements different? 1. I like this painting. 2. This painting is beautiful. According to Leo Tolstoy, arts play a huge role in communication to his audience emotion that the artist previously experienced. In the same that language communities inform to the other people, arts communicates emotion. Arts is essential to man's existence because it makes accessible feelings and emotion of people from the past and present. That's all, ma'am. Thank you.